Imagine a time when the stars were not just points of light in the night sky, but goals, objectives, battlegrounds. This was the era of the space race. The dawn of the space race was not just a period of scientific curiosity, but a moment in history where ambitions soared higher than ever before. It was the mid-20th century, and the world was caught in the grip of the Cold War. Two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union, were vying for supremacy, not just on Earth, but beyond, into the uncharted realms of outer space. Space, the final frontier, was no longer a thing of fantasy, but a tangible target. It was a theater where the ideologies of the East and the West clashed, where the battle was fought not with guns and bombs, but with rockets and satellites. The potential benefits of space exploration were vast, from technological advancements to the sheer prestige of being the first nation to conquer this new domain. The stakes were high and the race was on. The United States, a powerhouse of innovation and technology, was driven by a democratic ideology and the promise of freedom. The Soviet Union, on the other hand, was a titan of collective action and state control, fueled by a vision of socialist utopia. Both nations saw space as a new frontier to demonstrate their superiority, their power, and the strength of their respective ways of life. Each superpower poured vast resources into their space programs, recruiting the best minds, developing cutting-edge technology, and pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. This was a time of intense competition, but also of incredible innovation and progress. The challenges were immense, but the spirit of human ingenuity, resilience, and determination shone through. And so, the stage was set for a race not just of technology and resources, but of ideologies and the human spirit. The race had begun, and it was the Soviets who drew the first blood. As the starting gun of the space race fired, the Soviet Union surged ahead, leaving the world in awe. Their first victory was the launch of Sputnik, the first man-made satellite, in October of 1957. With this single act, they had dared to touch the face of the heavens, a feat that seemed almost divine. This tiny metal sphere, no larger than a beach ball, orbited our planet, broadcasting a simple radio signal that echoed in the silence of the cosmos. The world watched and listened, captivated by the beeping signal that represented a leap into the unknown. And for the United States, this was a wake-up call. The Soviets had not only challenged them technologically, but had also made a powerful statement in the arena of global prestige. But the Soviets weren't done. In 1961, they delivered another crushing blow. Yuri Gagarin, a young cosmonaut, became the first human to leave the confines of our planet and journey into space. Aboard Vostok 1, Gagarin completed one orbit around the Earth, a journey lasting just under 2 hours, but marking a significant milestone in human history. Gagarin's flight was a testament to human courage and ingenuity. His words as he looked down upon our planet, "The Earth is blue," have since echoed through the ages, a stark reminder of our place in the vast expanse of the universe. The world reacted with a mixture of fear, admiration, and wonder. The Soviets had demonstrated their scientific prowess, and the implications were clear. If they could send a man into space, what else were they capable of? The Soviets had set a high bar. The question was, how would America respond? Scene script. America, feeling the pressure, was not about to back down. In the face of the Soviet Union's early victories in space, America responded with a determination that was nothing short of extraordinary. The United States, eager to showcase its own technological prowess and to secure its position in this new frontier, set about creating a dedicated space agency. This led to the birth of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or as we know it, NASA, in the late summer of 1958. A key component of America's response was the Mercury Program, an initiative designed to put a man in space. It was a bold move, a direct challenge to the Soviet Union's dominance. In the backdrop of the Cold War, this was not just about exploration, but a demonstration of technological and ideological superiority. The Mercury Program became the platform for America's first astronaut, Alan Shepard. His mission, Freedom 7, was a significant milestone in the space race. On May 5, 1961, Shepard became the first American to journey to space. Though his flight only lasted a mere 15 minutes and he did not orbit the Earth like his Soviet counterpart Yuri Gagarin, Shepard's achievement was monumental. It was a moment that reinvigorated American spirit and resolve. Shepard's journey, broadcast live on television, had millions of Americans glued to their screens, holding their breath as the Freedom 7 rocket soared into the sky. It was a show of courage, of ambition, and of the American dream. But America's sights were set higher, much higher. President Kennedy, in a historic speech to Congress, announced the audacious goal of sending an American to the moon before the end of the decade. It was a challenge that would push the limits of human ingenuity and resilience, a challenge that America was ready to take head-on. The race was heating up and there was a new target: the moon. The moon, our closest celestial neighbor, was about to become the ultimate prize. Picture this. It's the early 60s, and the space race is heating up. The United States, rattled by the Soviet Union's early achievements, needed an audacious goal, something that would tip the balance in their favor. Enter President John F. Kennedy, a charismatic leader with a vision for the stars. In a historic speech delivered to Congress in 1961, Kennedy boldly declared the nation's lunar aspirations. He said, "I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal, before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth." This was more than just a lofty ambition. This was a challenge, a call to arms, a clarion call to the American people and the scientific community. This daring declaration marked the initiation of the Apollo program, a series of missions designed to put a man on the moon. The stakes were high, the risks even higher, but the potential rewards were astronomical, both literally and metaphorically. Having a man walk on the moon would be a testament to human ingenuity and a significant victory in the space race. Aiming for the moon changed the dynamics of the space race. It was no longer just about reaching orbit or sending a human into space. It was about going further, pushing boundaries and venturing into the unknown. The moon became a symbol, a beacon of hope, a testament to what humanity could achieve when we dared to dream big and work hard. Yet, while the moon was the goal, the journey to get there was filled with countless trials and tribulations. The Apollo program was not just about exploration, but also about overcoming obstacles, solving complex problems, and pushing the limits of what was technologically and humanly possible. The moon was now within reach, but the journey was fraught with challenges. The stage was set, the goal was clear. The race to the moon had truly begun, and the world watched with bated breath as the United States and the Soviet Union embarked on their lunar adventures. In their quest for the moon, both nations would experience the extremes of joy and sorrow. The pursuit of the lunar frontier was not without its hardships and heartbreaks. Two monumental events stand out, casting long, grim shadows over the space race: the Apollo 1 fire and the Soyuz 1 crash. On the American side, the Apollo 1 mission was supposed to be a stepping stone towards the moon. But in January of 1967, during a routine pre-flight test, a fire broke out in the command module. The three astronauts on board, Gus Grissom, Ed White, and Roger Chaffee, tragically lost their lives. This incident was a shocking setback for NASA and the American public. Across the Atlantic, the Soviets were grappling with their own tragedy. Soyuz 1, a manned mission launched in April of 1967, ended in disaster when the spacecraft crashed upon re-entry. The sole cosmonaut on board, Vladimir Komarov, met a tragic end. This incident was not just a loss for the Soviet space program, but it also marked a significant blow to the nation's morale. These incidents, though undeniably tragic, served as stark reminders of the inherent risks and formidable challenges of space exploration. They underscored the immense sacrifices made by those brave souls who dared to venture into the unknown, and the heavy toll it took on the hearts of those left behind. Yet, in the face of adversity, both nations displayed remarkable resilience. Instead of retreating, they overhauled their safety protocols, improved their designs, and continued their pursuit with renewed vigor. These tribulations, in a way, served to fuel their resolve. They understood more than ever that the path to progress is often paved with trials and tribulations. As we look back on these events, we remember not just the triumphs, but also the tragedies. We honor the courage and the sacrifice of those who gave their lives in the pursuit of a dream larger than themselves. These tragedies were stark reminders of the dangers of space exploration. The moment of truth had arrived. It was time for the giant leap for mankind. The day was July 16, 1969. The world held its breath as Apollo 11, the culmination of a decade of dedication, was launched into the cosmos from the Kennedy Space Center. Aboard were three brave souls, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins, embarking on a journey that would etch their names in the annals of history. Their destination? Our celestial neighbor, the Moon. The journey, spanning roughly 240,000 miles, took them 4 days. Those 4 days were a testament to human ingenuity, courage, and the insatiable thirst for knowledge and exploration. Then came the moment that had been the stuff of dreams and science fiction, the lunar landing. On July 20th, 1969, the lunar module, aptly named Eagle, touched down on the Sea of Tranquility. Back on Earth, millions watched live broadcasts, their hearts pounding with anticipation. Armstrong, the mission commander, was the first to descend the ladder of the lunar module. As his boot made contact with the lunar surface, he uttered words that would echo through time.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. With those words, he encapsulated the enormity of their achievement, a testament to human potential and the spirit of exploration. Buzz Aldrin soon joined Armstrong on the lunar surface, and together they spent over 2 hours outside the Eagle, conducting experiments, collecting samples, and leaving behind an American flag, a symbol of their monumental journey. Back on Earth, the world celebrated. The impossible had been achieved. The celestial body that had fascinated humanity for millennia was no longer a distant, untouchable entity. It had footprints. The race had been won. America had put a man on the moon. The United States had not only won the race to the moon, but opened the gateway to the cosmos, forever changing our perception of what is possible. The space race had come to an end, but its impact was far from over. This monumental period in history was not just a contest between two superpowers, but a catalyst for advancements that would change our world and beyond. The first and perhaps most significant legacy of the space race is the technological revolution it sparked. Pushing the boundaries of what was possible, both the United States and the Soviet Union developed groundbreaking technologies, many of which we still use today. From satellites that aid our global communications to the miniaturization of electronics, the space race propelled us into a new technological era. The second legacy lies in the continued exploration of space. Following the footsteps of Apollo and Soyuz, we've sent probes to the furthest corners of our solar system and beyond, peering into the depths of the cosmos, unraveling the mysteries of our universe. Then there's the International Space Station, a symbol of global collaboration. This marvel of engineering orbits our planet every 90 minutes, hosting astronauts from around the world. It's a testament to what we can achieve when we replace competition with cooperation. But perhaps the most enduring legacy of the space race is intangible. It's the inspiration it provided for future generations. The images of humans walking on the moon, the stories of courage and perseverance have ignited the imaginations of millions. To dream of a future where the stars are not just points of light in the night sky, but destinations to reach for. The space race not only changed the course of history, but also how we perceive our place in the universe. This period of intense competition gave way to a new era of exploration and discovery, one that continues to inspire us to reach beyond our own world, to the stars and beyond. And that, dear friends, is the true legacy of the space race. The space race, a rivalry born out of conflict, transcended its origins to become a testament to human achievement. It began as a fierce competition between two world powers, each striving to outdo the other in a quest for scientific and technological dominance. This contest saw landmark milestones, from the launch of the first satellite to the triumphant lunar landing. Yet, along the path to glory, there were moments of profound tragedy, reminders of the immense risks undertaken in the pursuit of progress. The legacy of the space race endures, its influence permeating through our lives in ways we often take for granted. It sparked a revolution in technology, reshaped our understanding of the universe, and made us question our place within it. The space race may have officially ended, but its spirit of exploration, innovation, and discovery continues to drive us forward. The stars, once mere points of light, had become destinations, and the journey, as they say, has only just begun.